And I worked with people, adults, who should have been normal and weren't in their jobs. I worked with people who were easy to work with, and I worked with people who were extremely difficult to work with. Anybody who's ever worked in a school or a corporate atmosphere knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have to expand on that. Well, we're back here to Girly Girl, who's now looking out the window. I see Callie out there. She's rolling around on the patio bricks, giving herself a dust bath. And I think we had a visitor. There's been a black and white cat around that has been coming by every day, and he's an intact male. I don't know who he belongs to, but he looks well fed and well cared for. Although he's a little grubby. His white parts are a little bit grubby. But he doesn't seem particularly interested in the food on the back stoop, so he must belong to somebody and be on the loose. He certainly doesn't look like he's deprived. But I need to get back to this therapy business. I'm not going to continue it today because there are a lot of specifics I want to get into. I have told you the main things, that the cat has to be extremely smart. It has to be courageous. It's going into situations that can be dangerous. It cannot be a placid cat, a cat that's so laid back that it doesn't respond or react to whatever needs to be done. Those are some of the characteristics. I'll get into more of them. And by the way, my cats were never declawed. I kept their nails clipped very close. But I never declawed any of my cats. Even when I was working with elderly people whose skin was like, oh, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like, oh, what's that paper that's so thin? Parchment. And we did work with some very dangerous clients as well. So the cats had to be able to deal with all of that and to follow my instruction or their own instincts. Drummer just came up here. Not Drummer, Dreidel. Hey, Dre. I think Dreidel wanted to come up here and say hi. He loves to get into the act. Don't you? Yeah, I know you're bored. You've been listening to me talk for about a half an hour. And I, too, had to study. Despite my background, my college background with educational courses, I still had to learn a great deal more. And what I did was to use my library and other libraries to take out books on all of the different therapies. Psychology, occupational therapy, physical therapy, music therapy. I know I'm leaving some out, but in any event, I studied all of those books, and then I devised a chart that I used to evaluate each individual's abilities and capabilities. So the job became partly the cat's job as therapy cats, and my job as a therapist. Something I had to learn on my own because what I did was not just one therapy, but a combination of several. Dre, you going to look at the camera now? Because Mommy's going to sign off. Dreidel. That's my boy. Okay, Dre. Okay, girly girl. You going to come up here and say bye-bye to the camera? Well, now you're a little too close. But Dre's being a very good boy, as always. He would be my #1 therapy cat today if I were still doing pet-facilitated therapy. But for today, we'll say so long, and I hope you'll subscribe and come back to hear a great deal more of the things that Tonkinese cats can do and will do and won't do. So please subscribe, and I hope I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.